My fascination with abandoned buildings definitely began early on in my childhood, seeing these buildings kind of hidden in plain sight, never knowing whether or not they were still thriving, whether they were still profiting, but still in a community. Walking into one of these abandoned buildings, for example, the Valois shopping center that had many things like flea markets, bar, La Cachette, going into that with my film camera is very surreal because I've never been there before, don't know what to expect, and here are all these remnants of history, of business, of people, of thriving, of life that are no longer there. And I am alone or with a friend capturing their mysterious story that I will never know.
So when I saw my son's photographs and started to work on them, I tried to respect the areas that, the composition and the areas where light was coming in from a certain part of the image. I would emphasize that area and try to make it, the light bleed a bit further. I had to try different weights and amounts of paint because sometimes the color from underneath would show through and the color you painted wasn't the color as you had put it on your palette. And I finished up in some cases with metallic paints and also colored pencils. So now working on these prints and reimagining these spaces and these buildings, I've fallen in love with this concept and looking at things in a different light. So I think now in the future when I walk by something with graffiti that's decaying or that's discarded, I'm going to look at it in a different light as a result of having seen it through my son's eyes.